Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Snickers, 66.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a second down.
Snickers.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
All right, now. Let's go.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
All right, here we go. Single. Set! White 80. AB.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. first down. Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Javon Hargrave. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Mayfield. Got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Lucky 56, Detroit!
Mayfield on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Vontaze Burfict coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now Mayfield. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Gun! Hey.
Mayfield now. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
And now out come the Steelers. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here.
It's caught at the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
You got 4. You got 4. Snickers, you got to spin.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Set! Lock 80! Jack 16. Come on, let's go. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. The first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. In for the score. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They start on the ground with Elliott. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, and for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
McCaffrey on the counter. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly, and this one could be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Set. Black 20.
Here's Roethlisberger. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Snickers, you got to spin.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
And that was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a 1st down. When you want 3, get a little bit closer, make it an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Set! Like 30! Go!
They'll run with McCaffrey. Down right around the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Everyone's got 4. Set! White 80!
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Roethlisberger will throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 21-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the Browns getting set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He may try and run for this. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Boswell has this one. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting. And even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Second down, Mayfield. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Bud Dupree in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Room here to run. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. yards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Mayfield now on second down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield on play action. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, they snap it to Mayfield. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. They'll run with Darkwa. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's McCaffrey, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And the Steelers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
4 down. Snickers, you got to spin. AB.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Set! Like 80!
McCaffrey. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
How many times do we hear from coaches, get north and south as a runner, especially in short yardage situations? I'd say 3rd and 1 counts. That didn't happen there.
Instead, they went backwards. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Like 80! Monday!
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown. Good play. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Roethlisberger now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's first down. Now Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Like 80! Swirl! Jack 16.
Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2.
You good? He coming across? Hey, I got him. That's me. Snickers, you got to spin. Right there. 54 Mike. Jack 16. Pick it up. AB.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over, is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Out of his end zone, Mayfield. And his pass incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Mayfield on third down from his end zone. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Desperation time. Mayfield on fourth down. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Hugh Jackson rolls the dice, but it doesn't work for him. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. And a failure on fourth down on the other side leads immediately to a first and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Jack 16. Set! Lock it in!
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for the Browns. And even 40 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Set! Blue 90!
To throw, Mayfield. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Gone! Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Brandon LaFell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. David Njoku was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Gone! Hey. Watch him now, Barney!
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Bud Dupree in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Let's go. Check. Fresno. Double. 8.
On second down, Roethlisberger. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Steelers on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Jack 16.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Kayvon Webster there to make the tackle. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And fights through one man. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 8.
Like 80. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much.